Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, who came in the divine person, the Master Farah Muhammad. And in the name of his last apostle, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I would like to greet the brothers and sisters in our nation's greetings of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Brother Jason, and I'm a proud registered member of the Nation of Islam. It is my honor and duty to host this meeting today. Brothers and sisters, all praise is due to Allah. We thank Allah, who came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, for one more breath, one more chance to sit at the table of his apostle, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Our subject tonight, from the messenger himself, is Abundancy of Life, Chapter 7 of How to Eat to Live, Book 2. The messenger, not just in this one chapter, but across both volumes of How to Eat to Live, and across all of his scriptures, is giving us details, the details of what the Bible left out, about how to live an abundant life. The Bible promised it. The Bible failed to mention it, what abundance of life really entailed. Here, what the Bible said in John 10:10. It says, I have come that you may have life and that you may have it more abundantly. That is the promise. But the Bible never told you how. The Bible never told you what to put in your body. The Bible never told you what to keep out of your body. The Bible never told you when to eat. And the Bible never told you how many times to eat a day, what to plant, how to build, how to heal, how to live 100 or more years like the days of the tree. The Bible only said that it was coming. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gives us this blueprint. He fills in what the Bible left out. As Allah, in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, to whom all praise is due forever, revealed to him, and brothers and sisters, this is not a new prophecy. Here's what Jesus said in his own words, John 16:12 and 13. I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, come, he will guide you into all truths. He said into all truths. And Jesus said again, I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth. That, brothers and sisters, is the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Spirit of truth has come to guide us into all truths. This is whose teachings we are studying tonight. Now think, we have been blessed 2 times. We are blessed to be alive in the time when these truths are being revealed. And we're also blessed to be his people. We are Allah's people. Think that over. We are the lost found black man and woman of America to whom knowledge of God himself was revealed. We are very, very, very special people. God, Allah, loved us so much that he came looking for us. The Savior came to North America by himself to seek and save us from the grips of our enemy. And he revealed himself to us first, before any of the people on this earth knew all about him. That is a mercy. And because we received that mercy, we have a duty to spread this gospel of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to our own, to let them know a Savior has arrived, and he has raised up a messenger, that we may live and not die. Deuteronomy 30:19 says, I have set before you life and death. Choose life, that both you and your seed may live, that we may build and not destroy, that we may heal and not kill, and that we may love and not hate one another. That, brothers and sisters, is charity. That is love. That is what our people need from us. So, brothers and sisters, I thank you for being here today. Thank you for being a part of this class. Please keep an open heart and mind, because what we will discuss today may be new to you. But rest assured, it is for the love of you and for the love of us. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad did not come to soften the truth. He came to give it to us plainly, that we may live and not die. With that, now let's turn to our subject for tonight, Abundancy of Life, Chapter 7 of How to Eat to Live, Book 2, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The messenger says, he starts off the first paragraph by saying, there are a lot of readers of this book who have many different thoughts and conceptions of this book. Now, one of the key words is conceptions. Let's go over that. A conception is a thought, an idea, a mental picture, an understanding that a person forms in his or her own mind about something. It is what you have conceived, what your mind has put together about a particular subject. The word comes from the Latin concepere, to take in, to conceive, to grasp. The same root as the word conceive, which means to take a thing into mind or to bring forth life. To have a conception of a thing is to have an idea of that your mind has already built up, which may or may not be the truth of that thing itself. The messenger's definition is the authority. In paragraph 1 of the Abundancy of Life, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, there are a lot of readers of this book who have many different thoughts and conceptions of this book. He is saying that people come to How to Eat to Live carrying their own ideas of what this book is for. Some think it's about diet. Some think it's about losing weight. Some think it's about religion or control. Those are their conceptions. But the messenger does not leave those conceptions standing. In the very next sentence, he set them aside and gives the truth. He says in the next paragraph, the main root of this book is to stop you from eating 2 or 3 times a day, which will prolong your life. That is his conception, the right one, and it is the authority. So brothers and sisters, take the lesson with you, a conception that does not agree with what the messenger said is to be put down. And we stress that heavy. Let me say that again. A conception, which is a thought and idea that does not agree with what the messenger said, is to be put down. Where the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has given us the meaning of a thing, the practice of a thing, and the doing of a thing, his meaning and conception is the one that we use. His definition is the authority over the dictionary, and his definition is an authority over even our own thoughts. So that's what I really want to stress. So the conception, as we went over that dictionary word, the mental picture, an understanding that a person forms in his or her own mind about something, a conceived idea which your mind has put together is conception. In the next paragraph, the messenger says, it takes several hours for the proteins and the vitamins in the meal we eat today to be digested and distributed through our bodies. Several hours, the messenger said. He gave us a number. He gave us a fact about our own body. But brothers and sisters, did you know in that same book, this book right here, How to Eat to Live, book 2, the messenger has a whole chapter on this point, chapter 25, which says the title is Food Robbed of Its Natural Vitamin. Robbed, the messenger says. The messenger uses that exact word. Hear what he is saying in the paragraph of the chapter. He said, the food that we eat is robbed of its natural vitamins and proteins. Do you want some vitamins and proteins, he says? Go to the drugstore. There you will find them on the shelves in the drugstores in pills and liquid form. Think on that for a second. Our natural food is robbed of its vitamins and its protein. The vitamins and proteins that Allah put in the food by nature. And the same people who took them out turn around and sell them back to us in pill or liquid form on a drug shelf for what? A price. Why? The messenger names it. He calls it commercializing on food. He says they ran a race on commercialization between each other. The scientists of this world did this, not by accident, but by design, for the dollar and to end you and our lives. This is evil, brothers and sisters. Think that over. To take the life that Allah put in food out of it just for the purpose of making money off the lives of the people they call their so-called citizens is evil. Now listen to this, what the messenger says. He says when the vitamins and proteins are chemically taken out of natural foods, it makes the foods less valuable. The chemicals used to take out vitamins and proteins from their natural place in food and the chemicals used to keep and preserve the vitamins and proteins makes it not too safe for us to eat the vitamins and proteins in pills and liquid forms. Listen to that. The messenger is saying the chemicals they use to take the goodness out of our food is not safe. The chemicals they use to put the counterfeit goodness back in pill or liquid form are not safe. The food is poisoned both ways, coming and going. Think that over. They're robbing our food of its natural vitamins and proteins with a chemical. Then they take that chemical and put it in liquid and pill form, put it on a shelf for us to use. And either one, even though we take vitamins, they tell us take your vitamins, they're really not good for us. When I read that, I was like, wow. So it says, and it does not stop there. They're dealing with it now down to the seed form, down to the seed itself. The very seed Allah gave to the earth, they coming for that as well. And people who will follow you down to the seed of what you put in your body is diabolical. There's nothing else we can call it. You know, they're poisoning the seed. So even if you grow a natural plant, which we're doing in our garden, the fruit or the vegetable that comes for that is still poison because they got to the seed. Terrible people. So now let's get back to what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in the same chapter, we're going back to Abundancy of Life. The messenger said that the food takes several hours to be digested. Digested, brothers and sisters. We do not even properly digest our food. We do not give our bodies the time to digest our food. And the messenger said in this chapter, digest properly. And he also names the reasons that they make it hard for us to digest properly. Why? He says, look straight at the jobs, the way the world is set up, the way the schools is set up. He said on many work jobs, they are only allowed 15, 20, and 30 minutes to eat their food. Here goes food down the throat in wads that have never been chewed as it should. So 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes for lunch. The job itself was set up to make sure we don't properly masquerade our food. Now, let me give you that word masquerade. The definition of masquerade is to chew, to grind, to crush, to break up the food with the teeth and mix it with the saliva so that the food is ready to be swallowed and ready to be digested. The word comes from the Latin masticare, to chew. To say the food is masqueraded means the food has been chewed all the way down until it's ready for the stomach to do its part. Now the messenger says, hear him now. If we expect to live from what we eat, we must be sure that what we eat is masticated so perfectly well into the stomach juices which have no teeth, with its hot acid, can digest the food without too much work. Think that over. The stomach has no teeth, the messenger says. Did you ever stop and think of that? The stomach was never built to chew. The teeth were built to chew. The saliva was built to wet the food and start the digestive process before it even goes down. When we send food down in wads, the stomach has to do the work it was never intended to do. And the messenger says food half masticated puts too much labor on this machination of our bodies and causes sores in the stomach and in the intestinal tract that we refer to as ulcers, and from ulcers to cancer. Now, he is closing the line on us. The messenger says, this in How to Eat to Live, the same book, this is America's #1 cause of her many ailments coming to her. Fast eating, half chewing her food. The #1 cause, the messenger says. Brothers and sisters, look at the picture now. It should be a little bit clearer to us. The food is robbed of its vitamins and proteins by design. The chemicals used to rob the food of its vitamins and proteins are fake, are not real. They're chemicals and are not safe. The job is set up so we can't even chew what little nutrition is left in what we eat. And then our bodies break down under all of that. The same people sell us the drugs to treat the sickness, their food and their schedule caused us. Think that over. Ain't that something? It's all by design, every step of it. But once we awaken and once we wake up to the truth, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching us, we will be well equipped. We'll be well equipped to defend ourselves against the plots and plans of a people made by nature to destroy us. So the messenger teaches us the main root of this book is to stop eating 2 or 3 times a day. Eat 1 meal a day. Eat good food. Refuse the food Allah has divinely prohibited. Refuse it. Straight out, I don't want it. Chew your food well. Grow it where you can. Take back the seed, take back the table, and take back your life. This is what we know. This is how we eat to live. So that's very important. This is the reason the messenger stressed us having farmland. We must produce our own. Because if we continue to look to others to feed us, and we know they robbing the vitamins and proteins of everything, nothing left. So the messenger says, and Allah, through the mouth of his prophets, prophesies that when he comes, he would give us more life and an abundancy of life. Don't we all desire that? Don't you want to be here a little longer to be able to celebrate yourself, live, enjoy this one life that we have? Now, the messenger says, through the mouth of his prophets, not one prophet, the prophets. The prophets, plural. Moses spoke of it. Jesus spoke of it. They all foretold the same thing, a one coming. And when he comes, he will give us more life and an abundancy of that life. So who is this he that the prophets foretold and talked about? It ain't no mystery today. Why? Because our dear holy apostle revealed that mystery, and through him, we've seen the truth. So brothers and sisters, the messenger did not leave us guessing. He prophesies the prophets of one coming, and that one is Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all praise is due forever, the Savior, God in person, Almighty God Allah, the Mahdi, the one we've been waiting for thousands of years. He has come, and he has come to North America by himself. No one with him. That's a journey that you really got to love somebody to be able to take. 9,000 miles. Imagine, we go to a different state. That's a long journey to take on your own. Imagine going to the other side of the earth by yourself. And that journey takes months in 1930. You can't just get on a plane and be here within 48 hours. No, that journey takes months. So he came by himself to seek and save us, the one we've been waiting for. Now, ask yourself this question. How does he give us more life and abundancy of it? He does not hand this to us in a bottle. Take these vitamins and proteins. He does not put it in a pill. He does not write it on a check. He gives it to us, brothers and sisters, by teaching and training us into the way of ourselves. He teaches us first about who we are. He tells us, you the original man, the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. He teaches us the knowledge of ourselves. And until we knew that, we were dead, mentally dead, and that is no life at all. And then he teaches us who is the enemy to the righteous. Not so we will hate, but so we will not be fooled. He told us plainly the Caucasian, the grafted devil, is our open enemy. He told us where he came from, how he was made, and what was his nature made of. And a man who does not know who his enemy is has already been killed. Because you're walking right into the traps, the fisherman's net, as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad quote. He teaches us what to eat and what to stay away from. The whole book in our hand tonight is that teaching. Eat one meal a day. Eat good food. Stay away from the hog. Stay away from the scavengers. Stay away from the foods this commercial world has poisoned for $1. Eat that what gives us life. Refuse that which takes our life. He teaches us how to govern our lives, to rise, to pray, to work, to save, to give charity, to do for self, to stop being a slave to our appetite, to the dollar, to the world's clock. The messenger gives us discipline, brothers and sisters, the discipline of righteous people. He also, a part of that abundant life, teaches us how to treat our families, how a husband treats his wife, how a wife treats her husband, how parents raise their children, how brothers and sisters carry one another. The strongest nation is a nation of strong families, and the messenger built ours from the ground up. He teaches us how to be righteous, how to be loving, how to be kind to one another, to a stranger, to the elder, to the child. Because that, brothers and sisters, is the very nature of God, as we are his people. This is how the abundancy of life comes to us. Not by a wish, not by a feeling, not by waiting for it to fall out of the sky. It comes to you and I by practice, your practice, how you live, what you do, what you put in your body, what you keep out of your body, how you spend your hours, how you spend your dollars, how you treat the brother and sister sitting right next to you. That is the abundancy of life. And Allah, in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, to whom all praise is due forever, has come and given us this teaching. And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad has put it right in our hand. And we have it here today. The abundancy of life is on the other side of our practice. So practice and live. So the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, we continue to read. He says, this book, the Bible, does not teach you how he will extend our lives, how he will make our lives worth living, and how we will rejoice in our lives. So when he says lives worth living, those are lives free from disease, free from poverty and want, free from jealousy and envy. We're working cheerfully and we're fearing not. That's a life worth living, happy, no sickness in the body. no sickness in the mind. The messenger says, now he, Allah, has come and he is teaching me how to teach you how to eat to live. This is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So think that over. God has arrived. How many people can make that testimony that God has arrived and raised one from among them and taught them how to live? They can make that claim, but when it comes to the practice of that which God gave you, you're going to see your idea in real time. That's why we know that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is what he said that God came and taught him, because his work speaks for himself. See what he was able to do with a people who the Bible describes as deaf, dumb, and blind. Made us industrious, made us love one another, made us caring, the strongest brotherhood in the world, and the most respected in America. Any neighborhood where Black people congregate, when they see the fruit of Islam, they know those are brothers that they can trust. They know those are brothers that's going to bring them life, love, peace. And they know those are brothers that are to be respected because they respect you and they love you, most importantly. Because the messenger says, I love Black people. I work for Black people. So we take on that same sentiment. So when we see our people, we just joyful. I love to be around Black. Those of us that have a knowledge of ourselves. And those that don't, we have a duty to teach and train and give them what gave us life. So the most honorable Elijah Muhammad says, how to live is to go after that which is essential for us to put in our body as foods, which gives life and maintains life in the body. He says, he, Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, has taught me, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, how to teach you the best way to extend our lives, and that is through the right kinds of foods and drinks. That's the way. The messenger has the recipe for the abundancy of life. And think about that. When somebody has the recipe from God and he gives it to us so freely, you know he loves you. Look at this world today. You get a little piece of knowledge that somebody else don't know, you want to package it up. You want to put it on the internet. You want to put a subscription fee attached to it. Just a little knowledge that somebody doesn't know. But the messenger had knowledge directly from God himself, and he gave it to us free of charge because he loved us and put money in our pocket, made sure we wasn't being robbed, perform friendships all around the world so we can get goods and services at a price so low that it'd be unbelievable to the mind. This is what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad did for us. And when you study him, you develop that same sentiment. When you see a brother or sister, you just want to give him what you got free of charge. Not charging nobody. If I got something that I can give you, it's yours, brother. Why? Because I know helping you is helping me. We one and the same. If I see you up, I may be in a position where I'm down. You can help me, lift me back up. This is what we do. And I'm not looking to give you, but I'm just looking to give you because you're my brother and I love you. That's a different type of form. I'm not keeping score. That's how the messenger taught us. So the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this does not mean we have to eat every herb of the earth, every cattle of the earth, every bird that flies, every domestic fowl, or every piece of fruit that a fruit tree or vine is bearing, as some people like to think. Just simple food will keep you and me living a long time. If that simple food is good and we eat it only once a day every 24 hours, we'll live a long time. The messenger in this same book, he has a chapter called Simple Foods Are the Best, page 69. You have to study these scriptures and you'll benefit from them, not study them, but you practice them. Try them out. Work the field. Put God's wisdom to test. Like in the day of judgment, all of our ideas is going to be tested. Those that are contrary to what God, all of us, everything going to be tested. So when God says something, put it to test. That builds up your belief. Wow, I tried that and it worked. Wow, I fast and I prayed for something that I really wanted that was not a vain, and God delivered. So the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in the next paragraph, some weak people think that they cannot eat once every 24 hours. But our stomachs look to our brain for guidance and looks to our brain to be the boss of what it should take in. The stomach does not think for itself. The brain thinks for the stomach. Now let's stop right there. The messenger called some of the people that's following and doing this some weak people. He did not call them sinners. He did not call them stupid. He called them weak because that's what it is. When the stomach is running you, when the appetite is running you, when the growl of the belly is making the decisions in your house, you're weak. You're not evil. You're just weak. But weakness can be made strong. And the messenger never settles on a problem without giving you the solution. Brother, you can do this. Sister, you can do this. And this is how he does it in the next sentence. Hear how the messenger fixes it. He said the stomach looks to the brain. The stomach looks up for guidance. The stomach is looking for somebody else to be the boss. And if you do not put the brain on the throne, the stomach will sit on the throne. And the stomach is not fit to sit on the throne. The stomach has no eyes. The stomach has no ears. The stomach cannot read this book. The stomach does not know what poison is and what is not. The stomach only knows when it's empty and it cries. The brain knows. The brain reads. The brain remembers. The brain knows the messenger said 1 meal a day. The brain knows the food in this world is robbed of its vitamins and proteins. The brain knows that the hog is forbidden. The brain knows that this is discipline, and discipline is what gives us long life. The brain was made by Allah to think for the stomach, to guide the stomach, to be the boss of the stomach. And the messenger says it again at the end of the chapter so we don't miss it. He says, I say again, our stomach is not the boss, the brain is the boss. He repeated it on purpose because he knew this is the very place we slip. Brothers and sisters, this is how we become strong. This is the practice. When the stomach starts growling, when the rumbling start in there, when the body starts asking for what is not time to eat, you talk to it. You got to have conversations with it. You have to tell your stomach, not now. You got to speak to it like Jesus said, get behind me, Satan. I'm practicing something today. You won't have to wait. Your time is coming, but you don't run me, I run you. And when your stomach is rumbling, reach for that cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of water to calm that rumbling down and keep moving. You're training the stomach. You're putting the brain back on the throne where Allah put it. And every time you do that, you get stronger. The first day of fasting, the first day of practicing 1 meal a day, because the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches you to do it in steps, do it in weeks. The first week you go from 3 to 2. Second week, or the first and second week, you go from 3 to 2. The second week, you do the 2 again. The third week, you do the 2 again. Then the fourth week, you do the 1. And then you'll start to become the boss of your stomach. So the messenger says the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is not just teaching us how to eat. He is teaching us how to rule ourselves. A man or woman who cannot tell his stomach to wait cannot tell anything else to wait either. Cannot tell his temper to wait. Cannot tell his tongue to wait. cannot tell his money to wait, cannot tell his desires to wait. But the man or woman who learns to be the boss of the stomach, that one is learning to be the boss of his whole self. And that is the beginning of being a righteous people. So tonight, brothers and sisters, take the messages and his exact words. The stomach is not the boss. The brain is the boss. You are the boss. So act accordingly. The messenger says, Allah has given to us. Think that over. He says, what I'm reading from today, we are already 43 minutes and we could be on here for hours and hours. This is only 2 pages. I'm reading 2 pages, but there's so much in these 2 pages because it's God's wisdom. And sometimes when you read it and you don't think about what you read and it goes over your head. He starts off that subject Allah has given to us. God? You mean God came and gave us some? So we the real children of Israel? Other people are stealing our birthright? Allah has gave to us and has taught that way of life that is good for us. We can accept it or we can reject it. See, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us there's no compulsion in Islam. But when you get the truth, your will compose you to follow the right way. So he gives us our own choices. You got to make the decision. We can accept it or reject it. But somebody that loves you, naturally, they want you to accept it. They really can't be tied to your accepting or rejecting it because it'll hurt them. But we can't separate when you love somebody so dearly like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad loved us. He'll tell us we can accept it or reject it, but if we reject it, he grieves and cries. Because the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad talked about he grieved and cried many nights over our treatment. When somebody loves like your mother, your parent, right? If you see your son, you want to give him the truth. You want him to respect it and honor it. But if he doesn't, it hurts your heart. So you tied to that. Even though he's giving us that ultimatum, he's tied to it. He's burdened by it because his desire is that none of us get caught in the fisherman's net, that all of us make it out. As it says in our lessons, 12 leaders of Islam from all over the planet have conferred in the root of civilization concerning the lost foundation of Islam must return to their original land. One of the conference members, because to be a part of this conference, you got to be invited. You have to be a high sign. You have to be a righteous individual. Someone with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It just don't hang around. You know what they say, birds of a feather flock together. So these conference members is high scientists, people that know a little something. So these conference members, and one by the name of Mr. Osman Sharif, said to the other 11 members of the conference, the lost found nation of Islam will not return to their original land unless they first have a thorough knowledge of their own. So they sent the messenger to them of their own. Now, one of the prophets in the early days said, that's a prophet. A prophet is one who was given the information by Allah as well to prophesize of that which happening at that particular time and what was to come. So one of the prophets in the early days said the lost found nation of Islam, numbering 144,000, will be the stars and will return to their original land. And the balance, he said, are poison and rusty and will not take the knowledge of their own. But they won't take the knowledge of their own. So the remainder of the 40 to 50 million of us is poison and rusty. That's why you hear that 144,000 will be the stars. But the messenger and his laborers do not agree with the old prophets in his modern time. Think that over. He thinks he will remove all poison and rust from every one of the 17 million. Here's the key to that. So the messenger has a belief, I'm going to save all my people, which he did. Because today we have a new knowledge. Whether you with the messenger or not, you benefited from his wisdom. You benefited. Everybody has a little bit of the messenger in their teaching, no matter what you teach. If you black, white, Chinese, or orange, you benefited from his teachings. So he got what he set out to do. But he says in the same lessons, at the same time, he desires for every one of us, students, to help solve this problem. Since you have learned the time, accomplishments, and old prophets number 144,000. So we have a duty to, as well, to help the messenger. And this is what we're doing here. When we come to class, we're helping the messenger. Why? Because we're helping ourselves. Each one teach one. This teaching, you can't just get in and not act on it. It talks to you. It touches your very nature. It wakes your nature up. That's been hidden under the rubbish. It wakes it up, takes hold of it, tells you when you're wrong, you shouldn't be doing that. So we have a job to do as well. So the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as I was talking about, he said the same people who claim that they like the way, but they will go ahead and eat that which is not good for them to eat. So these are people saying, hey, I'm going to follow what you do. I like the way, but I'm going to do what I want to do. But they're saying they still do the right thing. They get in trouble and then they write the messenger and say they eat once a day, but they're sick. So when you practice God's wisdom, he knows you ain't going to get sick. This is God's wisdom. But he says they cannot take it, but do I know that they're not eating rightly as I teach them that God taught me, and they're not going through 24 hours eating only one meal? Do they know that I know that they're not carrying out the instructions as I should? You can't trick the messenger. He knows this works. Why? Because he tested and tried it himself. He's an example of everything that he teaches us. He's not one that says something and doesn't do it himself. So he knows this works. It's just like you, whatever your trade may be, you may be an electrician, you know how to fix that light. It's just not working. He's not following my instructions. Because when I come there and I show you, this is what you do. We see it many times. Hey, you're not doing it right. I did it. You didn't do it right. So the messenger says, and I'm landing this plane right now, brothers and sisters. The messenger says, if you get sick, go and fast for 3 days. This helps kills the poison in your stomach that came from what you ate. Because the messenger teaches us again, since we're not creating our food, there's poison in everything that we eat. And he also, remember, he told us that all the food that we eat has been robbed of its natural vitamins. You see how these people is manufacturing it today? Where you think they get GNC stores from and all of these vitamin stores? Where are they getting it? They getting it from food or some chemicals now. You know, these guys, they diabolical. So the messenger says 3 days, not 3 doctor visits, not 3 trips to the drugstore, not 3 different prescriptions, 3 days of fasting, the messenger says. And he said it that simple. So, what brothers and sisters, the messenger did not leave the statement standing alone. He goes deeper in the book, and the chapter titled Fasting, listen to the messenger's words. He says fasting is a greater cure of our ills, both mental and physical, than all of the drugs of the earth combined into 1 bottle or 1 billion bottles. So think that over. And that's well known today. You know, 40 and 50 years, they didn't know that. They teach you today that the medicine you take is only to comfort you through the pain. The time takes the poison out of your body, not the actual pill you take. It just comforts you. Like morphine, you're going through so much pain, you got to take this so you won't feel it. And hopefully you get through it. Some people don't get through it because the disease that's in their body is so strong, it's destroying them. Some it gets through like you have a cold or flu. You could take anything you want, it still got to run its course. So the messenger says, let's go over that again. Greater than all of the drugs of the earth, not some of them. He says fasting is greater than all of the drugs of the earth, not some of them, all of them, combined into 1 bottle, and not just into 1 bottle, but into 1 billion bottles. 1 billion, brothers. The messenger is saying that if we took every drug ever made by every chemist in the world and put them all together, fasting is the greater cure than that. And The very next sentence is even heavier. Allah, in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, has taught the messenger that fasting is the cure for our ills, both mentally and physically. And you know, America is dealing with a heavy mental health problem. It's like a epidemic, a mental health epidemic. So if they was to get these teachings, they would have a cure in their hand, because there's no cure in drugs and medicine. And that's not an opinion when the messenger says there's no cure in drugs and medicine. That came from Allah himself, Almighty God, Master Farah Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, speaking to his messenger and giving his messenger that exact teaching. There's no cure in drugs and medicine. Think on that. That's heavy, brothers. Heavy, heavy. The whole world, brothers and sisters, the whole multi-trillion-dollar drug and medical industry, the whole shelf at the drugstore, the whole television commercial of pills and side effects of all that is built on a lie. There is no cure in that. The messenger said it, Allah said it, and the world is now learning that it is true. And then here it is, the messenger keeps on going in the same paragraph, the same chapter. He tells us the medical scientists themselves already knew it. He said that the fact that fasting is the cure for 90% of our ills is known by the medical scientists, but they do not teach you that. 90%, the doctors knew it. The scientists knew it. They're not allowed to teach it, because if they taught it, the bottles on the shelves do not sell. The pills do not sell. The hospitals do not fill up. The dollar does not flow through that medical system. So the truth that could heal us is always going to be hidden on purpose, while the drug that cannot heal us is sold on purpose. This is the world we're living in. And that is the world the messenger said is coming down. So, brothers and sisters, this is why the messenger told us, if you get sick, go fast for 3 days. That is the medicine that Allah himself has prescribed. And guess what? It's free. It's already in your home. It's already in your body. The empty stomach. Give time and rest kills the poison that the food in the world have put in there. And let me tie one more thing, because the messenger said it next to all of this. In that same fasting chapter, he reminds us, nature has never taught anyone that he should leave this life and find another one somewhere else, because we only have one life, one life, one life. We only have but one life. The abundancy of life is not after death. There is no second life waiting in the sky. We receive it here in this body on this earth. So we had better take care of this one life Allah gave us while we living. We had better fast when we get sick. We had better eat that 1 meal a day. We had better keep that poison out, because there's no second chance to come back and do it right. So this is what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has put in our hands. How to Eat to Live, Volume 1 and 2. His books, his volumes, his scriptures. What Allah gave him, Allah sent him, is for us to use and put abundancy in our life, and refuse the drug, refuse the bottle, and trust what Allah and the person of Master Farah Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever, toward his messenger. This is the abundancy of life, and this is what you and I should practice. So brothers and sisters, that is our class for today. We thank Allah and the person of Master Farah Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever. We thank the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, his messenger, for the food we have just eaten. The food of truth. The food that gives us life. Now hear me before you go. Don't let this be the end of it. Do not let what you heard tonight stay in this room. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote books, brothers and sisters, books, volumes, page after page of the truth that Almighty God, Allah, Master Farah Muhammad, revealed to him. Go and study them for yourself. Do not take only my word, take his word. You can find them right now for free on our website, www.templeofislam.com. Let me say that again. You can find them for free, not for a fee, for free on our website, www.templeofislam.com. Read them, download them, print them, sit with them at your table, take them to bed with you, take them to work with you, mark them up, memorize them. Because the more you sit with the messenger's exact words, the more this teaching becomes a part of you. And the harder it is for anyone to take it away from you. We want you, brothers and sisters, to have the abundancy of life. Hear me on that. We want it for you to have the abundancy of life. Because as Allah loves you, and as His messenger loves you, the believers in the Nation of Islam loves you as well. You're not alone in this, and you're not the only one trying. There is a body of brothers and sisters out here pulling for you, praying for you, and building right beside you. So please treat yourself right. Treat the body right. Treat the mind right. Treat your family right, so you can work cheerfully and fear not. As Allah has promised us in the Holy Quran, the doer of good has no fear, nor shall he grieve. But the doer of good work cheerfully and fear not. Now, if you found value in what you heard today, don't sit on it, share it. Share this message far and wide. Send this class to the brother, to the sister. Send it to your mother, send it to your father, send it to your friend, to your cousin who is sick, to your friend who is still searching. The world is hungry for the truth, brothers and sisters. And we have that bread of life in our hands. Let's pass it around the table. And if you're in the Delaware area, the invitation is out to you. Come get with us. Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey, Virginia, reach out to me. We're building. We're working together. We're doing something for ourselves, and we're striving to live the way the messenger wanted us to live. He is the example of how to eat to live, and we brothers and sisters are just trying to follow him one step at a time, one meal at a time, one day at a time. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening and for being here, being patient. And I would like to greet you in the nation's greetings, words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.